separated because there's a few things I need to do, things I need to go over. Okay, move this out the way because I need that. Okay, good morning, good morning. Wanted to get out here before it get too hot. I was out here yesterday, it was hot, and it felt good, but I was sweating, and I forgot to bring a towel, which I just forgot to bring a towel also, so I'm gonna run in and grab one really quickly. Okay, I wanna go. Okay, I'm back. Before we get started with this, we're gonna walk around the garden really quickly. I did pollinate my cucumber plant, and I do see a difference, and I do have to pollinate her again, okay, because I see some new flowers. Okay, so, but before we do that, y'all saw when I put seeds in, I put a row of seeds here, I think here also, but definitely in these two, and I labeled it National Pickling Cucumbers. Only three of them came up. I filled one in each cell, and only these three came up. So what I done, I took them out the cells, and I put them here. And because I want to know exactly what they were, I just sit them in here. What happened was it rained, and this was open, so this tray got full of water underneath. I drained that yesterday. I grabbed these to make sure they didn't drown. Okay, some people call it root rot. That's them rotting in water. That's because they couldn't breathe if you have too much water. Plants need oxygen too, so they need an area where they grab the oxygen. I explained that in another video. I even showed y'all how they get the oxygen. I showed y'all the oxygen roots. Okay, that's why growing in bags is great if you grow in certain bags. Container growing is good, but it depends on the container that you're growing in. Okay, it might not be no different than growing in the ground. But anyway, hi, is it Cosmo? Cosmo, how you doing? Okay, so anyway, let's walk around and see. Now here in Delaware, it didn't. Our last day of frost was sometime in May, but it still continued to be real cold. So what I'm growing in my garden are things that are for mostly direct sun and lots of it, okay? So everybody's garden gonna be different because they're gonna be growing different things. So I didn't grow any lettuces, any cabbage, those are my fall things. Those are things that grow in the fall, which I will be growing those soon. In fact, I may be putting them in trays today, okay, depending. But what I'm growing is things like okra, watermelon, cucumbers, tomatoes, bell peppers, peppers, hot peppers, I guess that's a word I should use. We got the sweet pepper and the hot peppers and cantaloupe. So what I'm growing in my garden are things that need lots of sun, no cold. Okay, cold will kill it. And therefore, my garden started late. I wasn't able to put anything outside until June. In fact, like the second week of June. So we're a little over a month of my growing. Okay. Most times I would already have a harvest of bell peppers and things. I would have been able to put them out in like May, and by June, July, I would have been getting a harvest. But I wasn't able to do that this year. So this year, what I'm growing in my garden are wasn't able to be put out until late. I remember in June, the second week of June, at night, it fell into like the 60s, like 62 degree. Um, yeah, 62 degrees. That was in June. Okay, I think the first day of summer happened somewhere in June as well, and I was like, wow, about time. Okay, it wasn't the daytime weather that I was concerned about; it was the nighttime weather. So what I'm growing, it does not want to go underneath 70, like maybe 72 degrees might be touching it. But when it drops in the 60s, none of anything that I'm growing, none of it would like to be in the 60s at all. Not even the high 60s. Okay. Um, I don't have a greenhouse. I don't have anything resembling a greenhouse, and I didn't want to come out and, I didn't want to purchase those type of things where I could have protected the items and things like that, because my garden isn't like that. Okay, I have a garden that's is built on the way my yard is built, and so that's why you can't follow other people's gardening tips, because you can follow tips. They give information onto why they are doing things, why they're growing things the way they are and where they are. But if they don't give you that information, then you can't follow their tips and hope that your garden gonna be well. So in this area in the backyard, it doesn't look like a lot of sun, right? Because right now the sun is in that direction. So when we go in the front of my house, you're gonna see more of the direct sun. But in the afternoon, it used to be really sunny from noon all the way till night in the back of my yard. But I realized yesterday when I came out, I had to take a look to see why my things are growing even. I have some seeding of some trees that were not this big 2, 3 years ago. All this covering was not there. So I had to take a survey of my garden to see what I need to move, where I need to move it. So let's go look and see what I got so far, okay? So this is a bell pepper plant. That's another bell pepper plant. Sweet peppers. Pepper, hot pepper, okay? And I usually like my peppers here because I love peppers. So that's going to be a hot pepper, and that's a hot pepper as well. They're different types. These are um, tomato plants, but they're seedlings. Everything I grew from seed. Okay, I think there's one thing out here I didn't grow from seed. I'll show y'all what that is. Okay, and I had a long pepper here. I just put that there. Okay. These are beans, and if you take a look, you can see beans. Okay. You can see the beans. It's not a green bean. I don't know what type of bean because I grew several types, and my labeling did not do very well. But this is a green bean right here. Okay. You can tell the difference. Green beans are long, kind of stringy. That's why we call them string beans. But look at this pod right here. That is actual bean, and I think it might be it's either a Great Northerner or a kidney bean. Okay, that's what it is. One of those. And here's my cucumber plant. Now I had to self-pollinate her myself. Remember, just last week, maybe 4 days ago, she wasn't doing anything, y'all. I was concerned. She's the reason why I had to survey my yard yesterday to see what type of sun, how long the sun is in this area, because the female plant falling off. See that? So when I came to self-pollinate, I really wasn't able to because they were closed or they fell off. But I was able to catch some of them the next day. This, I showed y'all what's the female. Female, that's a male. You can tell the females because the females are attached to this. Now, I pollinated it, that's why it's growing, but it was small. It was tiny. Just last week it was so tiny. Look, uh-oh. Y'all see that? A cucumber. I pollinated this. Even though it looked like this, I just put some, I self-pollinated it. Without me pollinating her, she wasn't doing anything. So I'm out here today. This is a female. Let me show you. This is the female. And how do I know? Look right here. See that? That needs to be pollinated. And once I pollinate it, it'll grow. But if I don't pollinate her, or if the bees don't pollinate her, she will not grow. Okay? So I'm going to do that. And there's another one right there. See it? So I'm going to come and pollinate her. And I'm going to get her pregnant, baby. And I'm going to get some of these bugs. I see that bug crawling on her? Those things get on my nerves. Okay? Uh-oh. And I don't know what this plant is, but it's trellising. It's been trellising for a while. I used to have it going up. I let it go down. It's either a watermelon, but at first I thought it was a cucumber. I think it's watermelon. And she is struggling because of those bugs. I'm not sure if you can see. She had them everywhere. But she's doing better now. I'm going to spray her today and take care of some of those bugs. Now, here are this is my okra. And look, that wasn't there last week. I see these going to be okras right here. You can see right here. See that? That's one. She's my biggest one, but those are flowering. Those are flowering, even though I see bugs on them. And here's a small okra. Different varieties. Okra. I don't know what that's, a melon or a cucumber. I didn't label it like I should have. Okay? I started getting real frustrated because of the weather, the season. And that is a tomato plant. Okay? I saved seeds from last year on her. Oh, look, there's a bee. Look at it. I'm not going to have to pollinate her. Look, the bee's doing it for me. Oh, my God. That's my second bee seen this whole season. There was one, and it was sick. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if somebody hit it. But she was like almost cut in half. I know I call it a she, but I'm not sure. Okay? Just know because I'm a she, I call her all these great things she's. But anyway, that's a bean. Which bean? I don't know. Mosquitoes flying around me, man. I sprayed myself naked. I was naked when I sprayed myself. They bite me through my clothes. This is a tomato. It's red cherry. So I did label some of them well, but some of them I didn't. Most of them I didn't. This is a honeydew. And somebody actually gave her to me. She wasn't doing well. And so they gave her to me. And so I took her. She even looked sickly. And I said, well, I'll try. She's flowering. And yeah, and she's looking better. Because when I got her, she was looking yellow. Yesterday I came out and put a little Epsom salt on her. Give her some magnesium, potassium. Y'all saw me when I grew this potato. I just put this in like last week. I put 2 potatoes in here. Look. Look. This one has been here for a while. This is a potato. Different types of potatoes. Okay? And she looked bad when I first showed y'all because of the bugs. They still on her, but nowhere like they were. They was everywhere. She had turned yellow and was dying. Those things will suck the hell out of your plants, okay? They're mites. They give these little mites. See them? They still on her. They fly, too. And then they try to get on me. They might be biting me, too, shit. Okay, tomato, I transplanted these from another area, and I put them in a container. This was hydroponics. She was water. So it was long roots. And I kept it in the cap. Kept it in my little cap and just buried the roots. And I'm testing it out. Okay, this has a tomato on it. I've eaten some tomatoes off of her already. I have plants there. That's beans. I think, I'm not sure what that is. I think that's a melon, watermelon. I think that's the okra. Uh, so I have some cantaloupe and watermelon out here, and those are the things I don't. They shaped alike, and I just don't know. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I think this might be a. I don't know. I want to say that that is an okra plant. Okay, but I'm not sure. I don't know when they get taller. When they get taller, this is a bean, and as y'all can see, a bean is on it. That's not a string bean. That is a bean, either great narda or kidney, and they have quite a few on there. Okay, and she's flowering real pretty. Okay, I hit her yesterday with some Epsom salt as well. Now this, somebody gave me this plant, and she looked it bad. So she was sick with the holes already. I buried her, and I just buried her last week. She look a lot better. That's a bell pepper, sweet pepper, if I'm correct. I'm not sure. I think it is. And here is I've been getting harvest off her for the last, she's only been out here for maybe 2 weeks. I've been harvesting off of her. Let's see what it looks like. That one don't look too good. Look, see? That's due to the water, the rain that we've been getting. Okay? That spot right there. But other than that, he's probably good. We'll see. Here go others. Look. See? These are ready. These are small cherry tomatoes, y'all. Okay? You kind of just twist them off. They come off when they're ready. If I twist a little bit and they don't come off, I'm going to give it a little more time. I twist like that and it comes off, then it's good. See, when I twisted this one, it don't want to come off. I twist this one, it don't want to come off. Here goes some green ones. And here goes some other ones. And this is a different one here. And I'm going to see. Twist her and she came right off. Okay. That's another pepper plant. I think sweet pepper, I think that's a hot pepper. And I just buried a melon right there yesterday. And I also put some seeds in the ground yesterday. And I didn't label them. Okay? I did not label them. And that's why I'm going to have problems. I'm not going to have problems. When I see what it is, we'll know. Those are tomatoes back there. Okay, they grew from seed. I wasn't able to put them out until like 2 weeks ago. Maybe 3 now. Let me see if she'll twist off. Yeah, she came right off. Okay, she was ready. Okay, I have some things growing here. Little things that you can't see because I just put them there. And some little ones that's getting taller. They're doing well. They're doing better. But I'm late in the season. And I normally have way more growing out here. Okay? So let's get back here. My little bitty harvest. Oh, the harvest is so small, y'all. Let me see where I'm going to put it. Yeah. I'm going to put my little bitty harvest in there. Last week, though, I think I got like 40, 50 of them. Okay? Put you on there. So, what can I grow this time of year? Okay? What can I grow this time of year? First of all, I'm in Delaware. And when I asked it my last frost date, my first frost date, it was somewhere in October. It's like the 2nd or 3rd week in October. And we're about to hit August. August, September, October. It gives me 3 months. Okay. So I have 3 months for everything that's out here to grow. That's good. Because most things take about 40 all the way to like 70 days. The watermelon are the longest. And we're going to see if we can get some melons growing. So I'm good, okay? I think I'm gonna get a nice harvest in a couple of months. In about a month, should be seeing some bell peppers. I come out here every day just to check on them, to see, make sure the leaves not dying. When I saw the yellowing of the leaves, I gave it some potassium, some magnesium. Uh, I'm not buying soil and these different fertilizers that cost a lot of money. I'm not doing all of that. If I was, like, first of all, they don't, when people tell you to buy these things, they don't even tell you what these things are. You could get iron from nails. You could get potassium and magnesium from Epsom salt. And there's various things that's in your house that you may actually use for other reasons that you can give to your plants. Okay? Where you don't have to buy those fertilizers. Hey, Letitia. All right. You're in India. Nice to meet you, Indian. Indian name. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so I've been trying to do things the best I can, and it does go by my yard. My yard, 3 years ago, man, I had so many things growing out here. It was growing, doing nicely, but I had more sunlight, direct sunlight. I have some wasps flying around me, and I looked on YouTube to find a natural way to kill them. Okay, I'm not gonna swat at them, baby. But they do not help with anything in my garden. But they like to come and just be buzzing around me. They provoking me, baby. They provoking me. So I'm gonna right now. What I'm gonna do? We're gonna go and make sure that I fertilize. I'm gonna self-pollinate that cucumber. But we saw a bee on it. I don't think I have to, right? We saw an actual bee at work. Baby, she was at work. She was working for me. Oh, I'm gonna give her. I gotta find out what bees like. I know I should have some pollinator plants and things that the bees like, but I don't because I don't like flowers like that. And my space is small, and I don't want to have a lot of flowers that gonna die in like a couple of weeks. I don't like that. To me, it'd be pretty for like a week or two, and then next thing you know, they die. I don't like that. I'm not wasting my time with that. Okay, I'll buy, I'll find some sweet liquid or something and put out for the bees. Okay. Anyway, so this I know what it is, and I used to have everything labeled, y'all. Everything, I labels all over the place. But because I was frustrated, um, when I would take them out, I wasn't labeling everything, like every single one, because I'm growing by seed. When they do seeds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 12. That would be 12 plants. But I may only have made one label for 12 plants, and then I'm planting them all through my yard in different spaces and spots. And then that's why I get confused with what is what. But I will know what everything is when it grows. So it's not like I'm lost in the sauce, right? I'm gonna know a bell pepper when I see it. I'm gonna know a hot pepper when I see it. I'm gonna know a cucumber when I see it. I'm gonna know a watermelon when I see it. Okra plant, everything that I got. The only thing that I'm not clear about is the different beans that I'm growing. But based on what I just saw, I could tell the difference. Okay. Um, Now let's take a look and see what we're gonna do today. Oh, first I wanted to show y'all. So my potatoes are growing in grow bags, and these are grow bags that I made. I sold these grow bags myself. Okay. And I decided that I'm gonna do my basil. I think I'm gonna make a smaller one for basil because I don't need that much basil. This, I think, if I'm correct, this is when I made this, it came out to be 5 gallon. No, 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 no. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, 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 no. What this came out to be? This is two of these. I think this came out to be like two gallons. 2 gallons, yes. Okay, this one 2 gallons. I did make some 5 gallon ones. That's the ones with the with my potatoes in. And this one I made from my herbs. Okay, let me show it to y'all. I was trying to. I made this one in a square, like a. You see that? It's not that deep because herbs don't need a lot of soil. And I made it more of a square. You see that? You can see I have some little strips in there. And I'm gonna put some salt and I'm gonna do my chives, um, my chives, my some basil, my thyme, my rosemary, and I'm gonna also grow peppermint in something like this because I want it to be contained. Okay, I want I want peppermint to be contained because that will overrun your yard, and you won't be able to stop it. It's not even just what you see on top; it's the roots, the way the roots of peppermint run. They run just like the peppermint will run on top. The roots will take over your yard. Okay. I would actually was thinking about just growing the peppermint in a container because I do want to do different peppermints. I want to do chocolate. There's a pineapple mint, a chocolate mint, spearmint, and an orange mint. I'm not too keen on the orange mint, but the pineapple, the chocolate, um, the spearmint, and yeah, those are the ones I'm really interested in. I would like to put the pineapple and make some, see if I can make extract from it. People usually make extract from different things. I want to see if I can make the extract from the from that. And I also want to make, I make homemade ice cream, so I want to see if I can make pineapple ice cream using the pineapple mint. And I want to test those things out. So we're going to be doing the cooking portion soon, okay? I'm about to bake some breads. If y'all interested in baking breads and rolls and things like that, how simple it is and how much better it is than in store. There's the negative to bread making is there's only one negative, and it is that first of all it's gonna be so good it's gonna go so fast. But if you're just one person and you don't really eat bread like that, then the bread that you make doesn't last weeks like the ones in the store. There's ways to make it last longer, right? If you make a potato bread, but other than that, it's really quick to make, y'all. Okay, it's quick. The time and you actually putting time in it is quick. I've already showed you how to make pizza dough, but I'm about to make some pizza dough today because I think we might make pizzas tonight. Um, and I wanted to show y'all how to make them Hawaiian rolls. Okay, there's different people who make their bread different ways. Some people use water, some people use milk. It does make a difference. So what I would suggest is that you try both. Um, just like in the cake, right? When you use milk in the cake is a little more moist, but you don't have to use milk in the cake. You can use water in the cake, a liquid. And in fact, you could use almost any type of liquid in the cake. You could use pineapple juice in the cake. It'll just be sweeter, okay? Um, that's the thing about flour. And it absorbs these flavors, and whatever you add to it, you would know. You know what I mean? You can have an eggless cake, okay? It's just not gonna be as moist. It's gonna be more dense, okay? You can put eggs in your bread, and that's when you're making rolls. But if you're making just a regular loaf of bread, then you don't use eggs, okay? You can use water with the same flour and make noodles, right? Spaghetti noodles, whatever kind of noodles that you want to make. Or you could use eggs in replacement of, and make a noodle that's made of eggs. You don't have to use eggs though, okay? Once you learn to cook, you will be able to cook anything. Okay? You'll be able to, because you will understand what this thing that you're adding, you will understand why you're adding it. And once you know why you're adding it, then you can, the sky's the limit, right? When people cook grits, they're adding chicken broth, right? I wouldn't do it, but you can do it because you just need liquid. And I guess the chicken broth, which, like, I can understand if they was making their own chicken broth. I do not understand when they're buying chicken broth from the store, because I'm going to tell you, if I told you, if they read the instructions, they'll see that they're really not adding chicken broth. Like, it's water with some chicken flavor, or anything that they consider to be chicken flavor. And it'll be different, though, if they made their own chicken broth or their own chicken stock and then made it. That I would understand. Okay? If I went in that kitchen and showed y'all how to make chicken broth, I'm talking about the way they make it, then you wouldn't buy it again. You wouldn't buy it, you'll realize you're wasting your money. But if you make your own chicken broth, you actually just boil chicken. The bones, if you're making a stock, the chicken, the meat, any parts of the meat that you don't eat, when you take all the parts off and clean the chicken, a whole chicken, or even just the fat from chicken, y'all. You know, you take the fat of the chicken when you clean chicken, don't throw it away. Put it in a Ziploc bag, and when you get enough of it, boil it, and you made your own stock. Look at that red robin. Let me see if I can see it. Wait, baby. Wait. Where's she at? Can you wait? You see, she jumped. She's so pretty. The only reason I want them birds come in my yard, because they will eat my, the birds eat my seeds. I think that's why, and I know that's what they get last time. I don't want to blame them this time, but I can inspect, and then I'll be able to blame them. Okay, let me see. So I put in every single one of these 2 cells, that's 12, right? I put cucumber seeds in them just last week. Only 3 of them came up. I bet you the birds came and ate the seeds out. Okay? Now, how do I know? Because y'all say, "Wow, why you blame the birds?" You don't know if they did it. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. But if I start digging around and if there's no seed in there, so this one is a seed. I think I just put that in there yesterday. Okay, that don't count. Because I took one of these out of there yesterday. And I put another one in. There's no seed in this one. Not even a little growth. Even if there was a seed, it wouldn't still be a seed in there unless it was no good. These was new cucumbers. I just purchased these cucumbers seeds. No cucumber seed. That mean they ate it. Now see, that's a seed right there, but there's no, maybe the seeds was no good. I just bought them seeds. Let me see. No, that was reused from the, there's no seed in there. There is a seed in there. I'm not happy about that. It could be because of this. You know what? There's a seed in this too. Look at that. I think I know what happened. There's a seed right there. That's not good. And I just bought those seeds. I just bought them. And they not cheap. I didn't get those from Dollar Tree. I got those seeds from, um, well, I guess they still could be cheaper. I got them from, I think, Lowe's. I got them from Lowe's. Let me see where I got them seeds from. Let's go look. Oh, and this is my 10-gallon bag that I made. And on the big tall one, see, I put a handle on them so I could grab them. Okay? So I make them any shape, any sizes. I followed somebody on, I found a site where they told me the measurements that would create a certain gallon. Okay. Although there's a way to do that as well. Let me see. Y'all, the bee is making my life so easy because I really just came out here to pollinate that. See, I have some peppermint seeds. I'm gonna drop that. I do have, but I showed y'all all my seeds, okay? I did go buy a couple of more, but y'all saw, I think I went through them with y'all. And some of these things I'm about to grow. I'm gonna do the chives in that thing that I created. Okay. I'm not as organized as some people, okay? It says I have a VA appointment tomorrow, okay. Cool, I got the notifications. So what am I growing today? I'm done with okra for the year. Okay, I got enough plants out there. Um, Peas are for cold weather, so I can put these in the ground next month, in September. September, October, November. These, when by the time they pop up, you don't want them to be in the full sun with a lot of heat. So I can actually grow these in October, November, December, and these peas will do well. Okay. Um, my onion, I'm gonna grow these. I'm gonna put these in the ground maybe this month, next month, but I'm gonna let these grow until next summer. Next summer, okay? I want a big bulb, and if you want a big bulb, you let them stay in the ground all winter, and they'll come pop up as soon as it get warm enough. The greenery will pop up, and then it'll be time to harvest around this time or earlier next year. But I am gonna grow that this year. Carrots, okay? I could grow that now. They like to be touched by frost. These also can be grown now. They okay with being touched. Cantaloupe, that's over. Okay, I got enough of that growing out there. I just don't know which one. The sweet pepper and the bell pepper. If I want some tomatoes grown, I'm gonna be honest. It's too late to grow them from seed at this point. Watermelon. If I want to grow watermelon, it's too late to grow them from seed. Chives and green onions, I can grow those. And I know I just put those bell peppers. They may have came from, it looked like, I don't know though. Did I just buy these? I could have sworn I bought them from, like these, maybe I did get them from Dollar Tree. And that tells me something. Next year, because I was telling people, yeah, my plants are growing okay. I'm getting them from the Dollar Tree. But actually, everything that kind of grew well was mostly things that did not come from the Dollar Tree this year. Okay? So I'm gonna have to take back, like my okra did not come from Dollar Tree. This didn't come from Dollar Tree, nor did this come from Dollar Tree. That didn't come from Dollar Tree. Onions didn't come from Dollar Tree. These came from Dollar Tree. If you say 2-4 or 4-4. What is it called? American Seed? Okay, that's their brand. That might be the Dollar Tree brand. I didn't get this from Dollar Tree. Actually, I may have gotten this from Dollar Tree, but it's another brand, okay? I think they have two brands. I did not get that from Dollar Tree. This did not come from Dollar Tree. And, I'm gonna have to take a look. That's a good observation. The things that I got from the Dollar Tree, whether they failed or not. I'm gonna be growing that. And I want to put some mama beans in. Okay. So my lettuce will go in next month. My celery can go in this month. Now, so mind you, if I grow from seed, remember I'm growing from seed. Most people do not grow from seed. Most people grow from plants. They'll get some transplants. And from transplants, some of these things is too early to grow from transplants. But growing from seeds is great. And I can grow it in a tray and keep it indoors if I want, which I do not want. I don't want any more plants in my house this year. Maybe a basil, um, maybe some spices, herbs, maybe. Okay. Anyway, I'm going, y'all. I just wanted to keep y'all up on the garden, and I wanted to show y'all me self-pollinating. I think when I did come out to show y'all, I think I did show y'all. The first time I came out to show y'all, it started to rain. I think I came out later and showed y'all the next day, I think. Okay. Um, so I see a cucumber from way over here. I am so excited. Y'all have no idea. Like, I love cucumbers. I'm going to make pickles. So if y'all want to see me make pickles this year, and that will depend on my harvest, okay? If the harvest isn't right, then those cucumbers going to go. And I'm going to slice them up and just eat them because they're so sweet. They're so good that you don't have to do anything to them, okay? I don't, the cucumbers I buy from the store, they don't taste nothing like something you grow. Okay, because they have to take them off the vine earlier for shipping and all of that, right? But when you grow it yourself, you take it off the vine when it's ripened. They almost turning white on me. But they be so extremely sweet. Okay, so extremely sweet. So I'm gonna show y'all how to make cucumbers, make pickles out of cucumbers, and a few other things. If y'all could think of anything that y'all want me to make, y'all gotta let me know. Cooking wise, I don't think people like with dishes. I already have a channel where I have some dishes there, and I'm about to get started back on that because I'm gonna make some Louisiana jambalaya, the Creole chicken, the shrimp Creole. Um, and the reason I'm doing that because remember I started working on a cookbook. Most of it's really done. To be honest, it was all about nutritional values that I wanted to add, and that I don't know. You know, I've been trying to figure it out using a calculator so I can add that. But maybe my cookbook won't have that. I don't know. Maybe AI might help me add that. That might be a good idea. Well, I use AI so it can calculate the nutritional value of everything that, oh, now that's a good idea. Because I've been trying for the last 2 years. Like, I get a little bit. I've been looking things up little by little, adding it up, trying to figure it out. Other than that, though, all the recipes are there. Unless somebody want me to add something, I know the book is a nice size book. Okay. Anyway, uh, hey, is it Rama Raja, India? It's nice to meet you as well. I hope y'all have a good day, y'all. Make sure you thumbs up. I'll see y'all later. If y'all come up with a topic for those who know, if you know, you know, hit me up. Y'all know how to hit me up. Just go to the about and link me to whatever topic y'all want to talk about. But I'm tired of the politics here in the U.S. Like, I know there's some shootings been going on, things like that. I'm tired of that too. Okay. To be honest, I just want to be happy. You know what I mean? I just want to live life and be happy, and I want to be ignorant again. What does that mean? Yes, that means I want to be ignorant again. I don't want to know everything about everything no more. It's depressing. Okay, maybe when they put me back on some medication, maybe it'll be different. I don't know, but I'm depressed and I can't take it no more. So I'm gonna try to do some gardening and doing some things with my grandson before he go back to school. Um, and that's it. I'll see y'all later. And y'all have a good day. Okay?